Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Astros Baseball. In this episode, we are going to talk about the Astros and Angels series, and by we, I mean the best co-host in the world, Stadium Steffi. What's up, buddy?
What's up, friend? Not much, man. Just got home from the game a couple hours ago. I left in the top of the ninth so I could beat traffic because Sunday traffic is no joke sometimes. And your girl wanted to get home.
Oh
So,
yeah,
solid weekend at the ballpark, though. Got to spend every single night there, which was phenomenal. So, can't complain.
this was
Life
City
is
Connect
good.
weekend, right?
It was City Connect weekend. Yeah. And
Now,
Orbit's birthday weekend.
what'd you get? What was the giveaways
So
today, or the 3 days?
giveaway was the chain. So this
Oh,
City Connect chain, which everyone was going wild for. I got there late because it was a Friday. Had to work until 5, so I didn't get there till like 5:45. Yesterday was the Orbit bobblehead of him in the City Connect, and
oh,
then today was the bucket hat. So got a cute little
nice.
bucket hat today, which is awesome, and we got to see a ton of really cool mascots. Oh my god!
That's cool.
Aside from Orbit, Dinger, I think, is my favorite MLB mascot, and he was there. So I was fangirling a little bit over Dinger, but it was awesome.
I went to the Astros game because we used to go once a month, and I just always seemed to accidentally, not knowing, because I wasn't super into this at the time, I would always go on Orbit's birthday because they always
It's
hold it on
amazing.
Sunday.
Yeah, it's always on a Sunday every time.
And my friend's like, "Are you planning this on purpose, going to Orbit's birthday?" I'm like, "I swear, I didn't know, I didn't know."
I mean,
But
but if you
anyway,
were, who cares? Because it's Orbit's birthday.
nice. So let me tell you this: I had I did a PA game on
Uh huh.
public addressing, Bob Board Jr. over here on Saturday at noon, and I had worked Friday night, right?
Oh wow.
So I set the alarm for 10 to wake myself up. I turn it off, I roll over, and I touch my wife on the hip. And the next thing I know, she's shaking me. We got to get up. We got to get up. And I make it there at the last minute. And I get up there. They're like, I can see you because I've never been to this place, right? So
Oh
they're like,
wow.
I can see you. Go back around the building and okay, make a left. And then so I get up there and I'm out of breath and nobody knows how to turn the microphone on, and it's like the headsets with the thing on the side like on
Oh
TV,
man.
and they're like, "We don't know how to do this." And I'm like, "Y'all been here waiting for me and you couldn't mess with this?" So, somehow I'm like, "Oh, there's a power button on," because there's a huge power button right here in front of my
Yeah.
face, but then there was one down on the bottom, and it was awesome. I love it. I had so much fun, and then that's it. The only other personal story I'll tell you right now because I have to because it's happening, and I'm sorry, folks. I know you tuned in to listen to baseball, but we play this game called Five Dice.
Okay.
My
I'm
friends come
intrigued.
over almost every weekend.
Love that.
I mean, like 3, 4, 5 games a day. You know how many times I've won?
How many?
0. I've
You've
never won.
never?
No. You know who was winning when I took a break to do the podcast?
You.
This guy. The
So did you
dice
make
were
them
hot.
pause the game? Did you
Oh
make them
yeah.
pause the
So
game? You're like,
I
we
did.
can't. Yeah, you
I
have
did.
to when you're on a
And I
hot
was like,
streak.
hopefully this doesn't kill the dice because that's the best I was ever playing. And I'm excited. I'm super excited. I'm also excited about the Astros winning the series. And did you see this? When I did the solo episode, I talked about McCullers' struggles down there in the he pitched for Corpus and Sugarland, so I don't want to say
Yeah,
AAA, but in his rehab. And I was thinking, you know what? It's he hasn't pitched since 22,
yeah.
and he did good. He pitched 4 scoreless innings for Sugarland, 61 pitches, 13 swing and misses, very Lance McCuller Jr. esque and 1 hit and 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I told you this obviously already on the podcast, but yeah, seeing him when he came out during spring training for his first outing since 2022, again, you see that weight lift off his shoulders. I think outings like this do exactly that too, where it just feels like another huge step into that recovery, huge stepping into him being back on the team and hopefully contributing to this team and
Yeah.
helping them win a little bit more. You can never have an overage of good guys, pitching. And so having him back, and if he can come back in the form that he was in even 2017, 2022, like he wasn't awful. Having him back, I think, could be a huge boost for the team too. So I was so excited to see that he had a really good outing, and really can't wait to have him back.
Yeah. We need him because
We do.
playing catch. I read the story. I didn't know. I was like, he hurt his. Spencer Arrighetti, that's who we're talking about, folks, broke his thumb. And I don't know if the X-ray I saw is a joke, but it has an X-ray of somebody's thumb and it's just shattered. And it was during batting practice, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like, how could that happen? But then I
Yeah.
read the story, and there was a pop-up in batting practice, and I don't guess he was fielding. I guess he was just standing around, and he put his hand up there to protect his head, and it hit him right in the hand.
Oh,
And he's going
yeah,
to be
that
out
is
6
painful.
weeks. Could be
Yeah,
6 weeks.
painful.
Dana Brown said it's hard to put a time frame on it, but hopefully it's fast. 6 weeks tops. You don't need surgery, so I don't know how
Yeah,
you
that's
break.
good.
I don't know how you break your finger. You don't need surgery. I don't know how that works. I guess the
Yeah,
fingers are pretty good at regenerating themselves.
probably just got to get, especially if it's like a clean break, probably just have to get it back in place to make sure it heals right.
Yeah. So the other thing I was going to say, I mean, you go to all the Astros games, but I want to. I swear that the Space Cowboys either got their championship rings or they gave out rings to the fans. But I know for sure they got their rings for the championship last year, the Space Cowboys.
Yeah, they had to,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I
First
guess.
couple games of the season.
But I'd like to go to Sugarland to get a ring. I don't know if that happened or not. Nobody in the chat
We'll have
room
to
to let
check
us
it.
know what's happening.
We'll have to check it. We'll have to find out. Let
You're
the
too
people know.
you're too busy with your fancy season tickets. But anyway, game one. Let's get into it. Game one is Ronel Blanco. And again, folks, after we go over the 3 games, we're gonna do our Ram Shirts players of the series. And I almost guarantee that we'll match 2 out of 3. Maybe. I don't know. And you can win a shirt from Ram Shirts, whether you're chatting with us or you send an email. And we got two emails and about 20 people commenting on the live. That's how many people we got, and it's till the end of the month. So anyway, let's get to it. Ronel Blanco had a bad outing last time, but he pitched pretty good this time. Jake Myers had a sac fly. Trout had a home run. What game was it when the fan took it out of Trout's glove or
It was
whatever?
yesterday.
Yesterday. But it was
Yeah.
in the stands, so they said, and there's Robert Sanchez. See, there he is. Tweet, tweet,
There's
tweet,
your
tweet.
boy.
So anyway, they took a 2-0 lead, and then Jordan drove in 2 runs, and then Jordan drove in a single, and Walker had an RBI. So that's good to see those 2 guys contributing.
Absolutely. I 100% concur. It's always good to see those guys contributing, see them doing some good stuff. And just kind of like you see these guys starting to gel with the team a little bit more. And I think team chemistry, I know I've talked about it a lot. I think it's everything. So yeah, it was exciting to see. Ooh, Patrick answering your question. Still have days with the giveaway rings for the Space Cowboys. We love that. And Patrick,
I'm
thank
there.
you for tweeting us or messaging us again. We love
Yeah,
that.
thank you. So do you remember what happened next when it was 3-2? Somebody came up and hit a pretty big home run. Someone
Who?
that's been struggling all year.
Who?
You
Who
were
could that
there.
be, Rob? Yiner Diaz. Oh man.
Oh,
He has had some struggles to start the season, but man, what a huge momentum changer. His mom was so hyped in the stands. His mom is my favorite like human on the planet. Oh, I love her. Never actually talked to her, but she is there with her Yiner fathead every single game that he plays. She was going crazy when he hit that grand slam, and I'm sure too it kind of was like that monkey off your back when you're struggling to have a big moment that really shifts the game, because after that the offense started rolling and you just saw the energy not only of the players but in the stands shift so much. So it was a huge home run, and also the first Astros grand slam since September 6th of 2023. So we didn't
what?
have a grand slam at all last year, at all. We've had,
Wow.
and people talk about how when bases are loaded, the Astros are just going to have that moment where it's done. So for Yiner to come in and have that moment and kind of switch up that energy for the bases loaded was awesome to see.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, insane.
Um, so right, you're right. 7-2. Everything changed. There was a wild pitch and a sac fly. We went up 9-2, Yiner had an RBI double, so great game for Yiner Diaz. And then Cam Smith, RBI single, 11-2. And then Angels score a run, and then a 2-run bomb. First home run by Mr. Cam Smith. You're so lucky you got to go to this game.
And I got videos of both of them, which you can find on TikTok, by the way, at Stadium Steffi. Yeah, I got videos of both of those. For some reason, I think I've just watched enough baseball to kind of have a feel for when I'm like, this could be a big moment. I'm not glued
Yeah.
to my phone the whole game, but when there's a big moment, I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm feeling some energy here. Like I'm gonna record this, and sometimes I still get a strikeout on camera and I have to delete my camera roll a little bit. But yeah, incredible to get to see again Yiner's first grand slam of his career, and then to get to see Cam Smith have his first home run in an Astros uniform. It was phenomenal.
May 3rd, May 16th, if you want a replica ring.
Oh, perfect.
I gotta remember this. All right.
I'll write it down
So
for you, Rob. I got you.
so also really, guys, if you follow Stadium Steffi on TikTok, they're not like in the cheap seats in the outfield videos of these home runs. She's behind home plate, and they are very well done. They're very, very awesome.
The amount of people who have asked me what seats I sit in, honestly, if y'all ever go to a game, you want to splurge on some tickets, anywhere from 118 to 120 is basically that little section right behind home plate. I always like sitting in the back rows of those sections just because it's nice to not have anybody behind you, but phenomenal seats if you're ever planning on going and splurging on a game and you really want some just kind of out of the park kind of seats. They are amazing. And the ushers there are my favorite humans on the planet. So you will love it, and it'll be a great experience.
So you saw Yiner get a grand slam. You saw Cam. That was probably Yiner's first home run. I'm not sure.
Of the year, yeah,
Yeah. So you saw
absolutely.
Yiner get a home run. You saw Cam Smith get a 2-run homer. That was his first home run, right? Or no?
His first home
Yeah.
run, yeah.
And Paredes got his first home run. He is made for the Crawford boxes. 14-3 final. We went back to Rono Blanco, 5 innings, 4 hits, only 2 runs, 7 strikeouts. He's 1-1. His ERA is 6.94, but that's a good way to dig it down. Van Way, I think this
100%.
was his first outing, right? Or did he? This is his second one,
I want to say this may be his second outing because I feel
or
like I've
maybe
seen him
I
pitch
think game 2. He
another
pitched game
time.
2 also, though. So
Yeah.
maybe that
Oh,
was
maybe
it.
that's what I'm getting. Oh, but also Paredes. For anyone who is in the Houston area, you should have checked your Chick-fil-A app, like I told you on X, because
Mm,
Paredes did hit the foul pole, which means free chicken.
free chicken, baby. So Van Way had 2 scoreless innings. Scott, who's been struggling, 2 hits and a run, 2 strikeouts. He's ER. What is that? Why do I have 8? Oh, it's 831. I put the
Yeah.
decimal point in the wrong spot. And Contreras did not give anything up. Yiner Diaz, 3 for 5, 5 RBIs. Paredes, 3 for 4 with a home run, and he scored 3 runs. Jordan, 2 for 4, scored 2 runs. Walker, 2 for 3. This is what we've been looking forward to. This game is what we expect. We're spoiled, but we expect this.
Yeah. It's crazy. And my dad even kind of said he feels like they took that loss in Seattle personal and felt like they had to come out and win big. And win big they did on Friday. Just an incredible game to be at. Again, the energy on Friday was just unmatched after that grand slam. It was people were in it, people were excited, the players were excited, and you could tell that there was just a shift. And it was great to see because, again, like you said, these are the Astros we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
And took them a little while to get ramped up and to get there, but they got there on Friday and would love to see more of it.
I even left out Jake Myers, 2 for 3 with an RBI, and Cam Smith, 2 for 4 with a home run. Astros had 16 hits and 14 runs. Definitely the biggest output of the season. 6 for 11 with RISP, and they still left 10 on base. So that wasn't good. But going into game 2, I haven't brought this up to her. So any negative people on TikTok, don't attack me. What happens, Steffi, after the Astros score a ton of runs? What happens the next day?
Not a dang thing, Rob.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I
This guy
had
was like, Yesterday's
Oh
game has
man.
nothing to do with today's game. Be quiet, dude. It
Which
always
is
happens.
valid, which is valid. But
It
man,
is valid, but baseball is superstitious, and let us
so
be
super
superstitious,
like,
guys.
so
We
superstitious
all
when this
believe it,
happens.
and it happens almost every time. It doesn't
Every
happen all the
single
time.
time. The 10-run curse is a real thing. I believe it. The double-digit curse is something that as Astros fans we joke about a lot, but man, it rears its ugly head
It does.
almost every single time where the Astros have an incredible offensive game and then the next day the bats act like they are way too tired from the day before. And that was exactly what happened on Saturday. It was a rough one. That was the game with the non-fan interference call on
Yeah.
Mike Trout, which was valid because the ball was in the stands, and at that point, you're kind of putting yourself at your own risk, you know. But but yeah, it was a rough game. But we saw Paredes with another home run, which is the only thing the Astros did offensively to get any runs on the board. And he had his second home run to the
Yes.
Crawford boxes. Like you said, he's built for it.
He is. He's been struggling, but now I think we're gonna get what I'm personally expecting of him. So, PJT here says, "Plus, they always do really good against the Angels." You know what's crazy about that is I was like, "All right, the Angels," like, just foaming at the mouth,
I
ready
was
to
gonna
devour
say the
some
same
Angels,
thing.
right? And, I look at the standing, I was like, "Oh my god, they're, like, really good this year," but you're
Yeah.
right, we do play good against them. So
Well, and I think someone else was saying that, someone told me this, that I guess they were the only team that hadn't lost a series this season.
wow, they have now.
Well, they have now. Spoilers, Rob.
Spoiler alert, we lost 4-1 and Paredes got a solo home run. Second home run with the Astros, second home run of the year. Gusto got his first start because of the injury. 4 innings, 4 hits, and 3 runs. Can't That's not too bad. It's his first start. He comes out of
Yeah.
the bullpen. Starting the game, I believe, should be a little bit more pressure. The other, I don't know. I mean, I would think it'd be less pressure. Just, I got to go in there and get 3 dudes out, and that's it. I don't know, but
Yeah, it makes you wonder because I think too, you're coming in higher leverage situations a lot of the time out of the pen compared to when you're starting. You're going to be
yeah,
stretched for a little longer.
yeah,
But I think he had us in a position where it was still a very easily winnable game, and the Astros just couldn't get the bats rolling, couldn't
of
connect
course.
on anything. And
Yeah.
again,
You
the
can't win
double
if
digit
you
curse.
can't what?
If you can't
You
hit,
can't you can't
if you don't
score. Can't
score,
hit. You can't win if you can't score, folks. We're done with that game. I'm not even gonna tell you the stat.
we're done with
We're
it.
done with it. Game 3 starter, Wes Nasty. We'll get to that
Is
after
that
the break,
is
folks. We're gonna go to the break, talk about Wes Nasty, and give you our Ram Church players of the series. So we'll be right back, folks, after these messages from whoever. We don't know. All right, folks, we're back. We're back. We are back. I think that's from that's from Hangover. I think that's where I'm getting that at.
probably
So
great
if you look
movie.
at last night's game, Wes Nasky started. It was 2-0 after 1.5, and then the bottom of the second, Cam Smith back at it, RBI single. Dubon had an RBI single. Dubon was messing around with the torpedo bat. I don't think he used it in the game. I'm not sure. And then 2-2, Isak Paredes, 3-run homer, home run number 3, 5-2 Astros. And I'll tell you this: when I did my game yesterday, there was a guy named Isaac, I guess is what I would say
Uh-huh.
in English.
Yeah,
And I don't know if he goes by Isaac or Isak, but I 1000% said Isak.
I love it.
And I didn't hear any parents complaining. So,
That's good.
yep. And then they got a home run to make it 5-3. Then we got a run in the 6th and the 7th. 7-3. Awesome. Series win. Take that, LA Angels of Anaheim. Is that what
Oh
they're still
man,
called or no?
I don't really know anymore. I feel like everyone just calls them the Angels.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They need to
Who
move
knows?
somewhere else. So Wesnaski went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. Not the greatest outing ever. However, no walks. And do you know how many strikeouts?
10.
10.
10
Is
strikeouts.
that our first double-digit strikeout of the year? I don't know. I think Framber might have got 10.
Yeah, I feel like someone else might have gotten 10 at some point, but if not, he's one of the first in the season. And man, he was, and every single one of the runs that he gave up was a solo homer.
Yeah,
So
that's
probably
nuts.
just mistake pitches. You make a mistake, someone gets a hold of him, you put it right down the middle, you mean to get it a little elevated, those things happen. Oh man, more like a heavenly victory. PJT, we love it. But
PJT in the his
man, it
house.
was also too, I love Wisniewski getting to start for the team he kind of grew up watching. He's the hometown boy. He comes out to still tipping, which makes my heart
Wow.
so happy. I'm like, that is so H-Town of him. And I love it because he's from the area. So, man, he was so fun to watch today. Obviously, you could tell he was a little frustrated after those mistake pitches where he got taken out. But at the same time, just a phenomenal performance to stay in for 6 innings and to
Yeah.
keep the team in it, for as long as he did. I thought he did a really, really incredible job today.
If you're going to give up home runs, do what JV does and give up
Do it when no one else is on base.
Yeah, do it when no one else is there. So if I had told you, let's say you didn't watch the game, and you're like, how'd it go? I said, Wes Nasty he gave up 3 home runs, and he had 10 strikeouts, and he didn't walk anybody. I don't know if I would have thought they won or not. Because
Yeah,
you're not
agreed.
assuming that we're going to score 7 runs, and you're not assuming that
Yeah,
they're all solo homers. So great job.
exactly. Phenomenal job.
King back at it, 2/3 of an inning, 2 strikeouts, still has 0 ERA. Abreu, a hit but 3 strikeouts. He needed that. And Hader, 2 hits and a strikeout, no runs. We were winning big, so that didn't really stress anybody out at the end. Paredes 1 for 4, 3 RBIs. Altuve and Jake Myers, the only starters without a hit in that game. The Astros 7 runs on 6 hits, 3 for 8 runners in scoring position. They only left 3 on base. You get on base, we bring them in, we win. Give up solo home runs and have 10 strikeouts. That's a formula for a series win.
For a pretty solid day. We like it.
I like it. I like it. You know what else I like besides segues?
Giving away hardware.
Yes, I love Ram shirts.
I too love Ram
and
shirts.
I love giving away hardware.
Here for it. Let's do it.
I was thinking about buying me and you a shirt. Which one you want? The red one?
Oh, the red one is nice. It's weird because I hated the brick red era. Like that
I
just
did
wasn't my
too.
favorite. It wasn't my favorite era of uniforms. Like I hated the pinstripes. The pinstripes are just not Astros. They're New York. They're button up.
Yeah.
That's New York. That's not Astros. But I do like the brick red.
That doesn't make sense for me either. I was like, that's the
It's crazy.
uniform era that I did not like one bit. Yet in the throwback shirts, that's my favorite one.
It's crazy. Crazy how it happens.
If you just send me your size privately, I need your address too. Have you ever ordered one?
No.
Okay. Well, send me your size.
I think I've bought them when
address.
they've been like at places back in the day, but I haven't bought one in a hot minute. So I need to.
I'm gonna get both of us the red ones, and we're gonna wear them on the show.
Yes, I'm so down.
Giving away hardware.
Down.
Mm-hmm. And one of y'all can have it. That's what we should give the winner. The winner should be forced to pick the brick red, and they wear it the day we wear them. Okay, I'm just kidding. All right.
It's aggressive. I like it.
Without further ado, you know what a do is?
What is it?
I don't know. It's chaos or something. I don't know. Like, that's a do right there. Why did I bring it up if I didn't know?
We've gone off the rails so many times.
We're crazy. All right, if you're still with us, folks, it's time for the Ram shirts. Players of the series, you can win a shirt by, I got this, Steph. I got this. You can win a shirt by sending an email to astrosbaseballpodcast@gmail.com. If you're watching on YouTube or the live stream, it's down there. And be up there the entire time.
Pick a winner at the end of the month. So make sure you're there. And for those of you who have been chatting as well, we have been keeping track of that. So yeah, make sure you get them in.
It's going to be fun. We'll have a day where we spin the wheel. I think we should get Ram shirts on himself when we give the shirt away. That'll be awesome.
I like that. Heck yeah.
He's a very soft-spoken, right? Have you ever heard him talk?
Soft-spoken, but he's great.
Yeah, he's
very soothing voice. Much different from our loud, crazy voices. he's the mellow we need, probably.
I'm like, I got Wesneski. And he's like, I'll take Wesneski too. Anyway, pitcher, I got Wesneski. I gave it to him. I don't care what anyone else did. 3 runs allowed, 3 solo home runs, 0 walks, and 10 strikeouts. I don't care what
How do you
anyone
give it
did.
to anybody else during this series? How do you give it to anybody else?
You
I think
can't.
Wisniewski, you can't. He was great. He was great today again. Solo homers, didn't really make a ton of mistakes. He made 3 that obviously got taken out of the ballpark, but overall, just an incredible performance by him. I will say offensive. I have our boy Isak.
That's why I said we're going to match 2 out of 3 for sure.
Isak just had a phenomenal series. I think one of the things that Dana really hit on when he was talking about the Kyle Tucker trade and the players that he asked for and why, obviously you need a guy to fill in at third base right away. Isak is that guy. But he also mentioned once he figures out how to get to the Crawford boxes, he is going to love hitting to the Crawford boxes. 3 games in a row with home runs to the Crawford boxes. Yesterday, he was the only run that we scored was his solo homer. But also, too, he's getting on base frequently. Even when he's not getting hits, he's getting the walks, he's getting on base, and he's just allowing for that momentum to continue. And I love that he's starting. You can tell he's starting to feel more comfortable at the plate. People are loving him. And so how do you not give it to Isak?
Yeah, and he has Maldy's number.
He has Maldy's number. We love Maldy on this podcast.
Paredes went 3 for 4, 1 for 3, 1 for 4. 5 for 11 with 3 home runs.
3 home runs.
I wouldn't care if there was someone
and 3
that
walks.
went 5 for 5.
3 walks in there too.
Yeah. If somebody went 5 for 5 in 2 games, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Because I've been waiting for this, and he's going to get it.
100%.
And both of these guys could split the rows, but I didn't do that. I think we're gonna go 3 for 3 here.
I feel like we might.
I think this is our first trifecta.
This might be our first trifecta.
Oh my goodness, folks.
Okay, who do you have? Who do you have for your rows?
Well, he went 2 for 4 with a 2-run homer, 0 for 3, and then 1 for 3 with an RBI, 3 for 10, home run, 3 RBIs. Mr. Cam Smith.
We do not have the same one.
Golly.
Oh, we were so close.
What?
We were so close. I actually went Christian Walker for this one because he was 2 for 3 on Friday, 2 walks yesterday. So he was still getting on base yesterday when no one else was getting hits. He was still getting there to give them that opportunity. 1 for 2 today, 2 more walks. Just really incredible numbers by Christian. I think had he had a couple of hits yesterday, I think I might have even put him in the offensive category. But with Isak just having the day he did yesterday and being that lone run, it was close. But I did have Cam as my second option. I almost went Cam, but then I said, you know what, Christian's West, they were great. And for him to be getting on base, even without getting those hits yesterday, I thought it's moving the line along. It's still moving that momentum and making sure that you're giving your team the opportunity. So that's the reason I gave it to Walker over Cam. But Cam was right there, and I had him written down, and I was like, no, I think I got to give it to Christian. I had to.
That was close. That was almost.
It was close. We almost had the trifecta. The minute you started saying the stats, I was like, we do not have the same person.
Dang.
It's okay. We're close though.
Dang. He got his first home run.
Dang.
It
was awesome. It was great.
Dang.
He was excited. It was fun to see him get so hyped.
Wow.
So close.
I'm shell shocked. I thought we had it.
I know. I thought we.
You know what I was thinking?
Please tell me what you were thinking.
If we ever get a trifecta, I'm gonna mail whoever's in the chat room a sticker.
I like it.
One of the 3 guys in the chat, or girls. I was going to buy him a shirt, but this is going to
or all of them. Why not give all of them the stickers? We need to get these stickers out there and on people's laptops and on their water bottles. We need them everywhere.
The day we get a trifecta, if you are in the chat room, and we need to start, I'll try to figure out what time we're going to be on before, and I'll post that on Facebook and TikTok or Facebook and what is it? X.
I call it Twitter.
You don't get on Facebook much, right?
I don't.
I see you on there, but you're not active, so I've never requested you.
Wolfie. Hi, Wolfie. How are you? Wolfie does like stickers. He's not an Astro. He's not a big sports guy, but he's in here to support, and we love that. Wolfie,
Well, that's
welcome in.
good. The
Hi, friend.
stickers are going to look like our logo, kind of like that. But this is the old logo. See how it's kind of
I
elongated?
know. Yeah, we have it a little more put together these days.
Yeah. It looks like this, more like this, nice and square.
Yeah, nice and
But I
square
got a
these
bunch of
days. We
them.
fixed it.
I need
I
to send
love it.
some to you,
I know.
and you can
I'll shoot.
bribe people to give 5-star reviews for a sticker.
I'm in for that.
You should.
Honestly, I'll just give them out of games. Get the
Yeah,
word
that's
out there.
that's what it's for. Hey,
You
you
know.
want a sticker? Give me your phone. 5 stars. All right, but anyway, folks, after the games are done, the Angels are still in first because the Texas Rangers got beat and they have lost 3 in a row. So all you arrogant Ranger fans, what happens? It's going
Not
to
Rob
even out.
starting a war with the Rangers fans.
You're not
Not
going to go
again.
15-2, folks. They lost 3 games in a row, and I couldn't be happier. The Astros are 7-8. They're in fourth now because Seattle has won 4 games in a row after
Four
we
in a
stomped.
row.
Did we beat this? Did we won the series or no? They
No, we
won, right?
lost that series.
Oh,
That's the
wow.
series where they came back and kicked our ass.
4 in a row.
Explicit content, friends. Sorry. I
And then
said
the
the
A's
yes.
don't curse. We had that R rating for like 2 months because you dropped the F bomb that one time. And
It happened
we
one
finally,
time,
I
Rob. It
know.
happened one time.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying they hold it against us for a couple of months. I don't want people to think we're the F bomb show. All right, and the A's are
Should
6 and
be.
10. Do you know what? They're playing in a minor league stadium and people are still aren't going.
It's so sad.
I wouldn't care.
Imagine when the Yankees are there, though. Imagine when the Yankees are
Yeah,
there, how crazy
it's
that's going to
going
be.
to take teams to get there.
Oh, yeah.
I would say if the Dodgers go there, or maybe even the Angels, because they're pretty close. I
Yeah.
mean, the stadium can't hold more than 10,000.
Yeah.
I was,
No
I
shot.
was, I was shocked. I was like, "How is this so empty?" Man, that would have been an awesome final thought.
No. It
All right, so
should have
next
been.
up, they are at St. Louis. Let me tell you this: I'm trying to plan a trip where I fly somewhere and then
Hmm.
drive. And I was gonna looking at the map, drive to Indianapolis,
Oh.
then drive to St. Louis because some reason I want to do that arch. I'm very
Oh,
claustrophobic, and I've seen the little
it's
thing you have to get
yeah,
in,
it's very tiny. You
and I'm
are
scared. I'm
snuggled
scared.
up in there.
I'm scared. I'll be like, "Oh my god, it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop," and then I'm gonna go somewhere else. I can't remember, and then we're
Kansas
gonna
City
fly
isn't
back
that
home.
far.
I know. Maybe I
Honestly,
should do that.
we took the train to from Kansas City to St. Louis, my girls and I, because the
Oh,
Amtrak goes between them. I love a good Amtrak. You put me on an Amtrak and I'm a
you
happy
just
camper.
gave me an idea. We took a train last year, and it was awesome.
It's so fun.
But anyways, folks, we are going to St. Louis. That'd be an awesome place to go if you had 3 days off and some money to spend. Framber Valdez is back at 6:45 tomorrow. He's got a 2.50 ERA, and I believe this is more than likely Sonny Gray with a 4.50 ERA. Hunter Brown with his 2.0 ERA against Fedi or Fed. I don't know what this is. A 4.2. Framber's 2.5 and Hunter's 2.0. And I guess with the injury to my boy Arrighetti, they have it to be determined on Sunday at noon at 12:15. So we'll be able to do our
Wednesday
show a little earlier next week. Next
on
week.
Wednesday,
Oh, it's Wednesday.
not Sunday.
Okay, so if I get
Today.
off early, we're gonna. I'm lost. I thought it was Sunday. Every time I look at it, I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday against their best pitcher, 2.2. So this could be a 2-1 series win. It's an old rivalry,
Yeah.
and that's it, folks. It's time for final thoughts.
What are my final thoughts today? If you have final thoughts that you already got, go for it. But I'm trying to
I
think
don't even
about what
know where
mine
this.
are.
I don't even know where this stuff is. I got strolling across the bottom. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. We want to see the
Uh,
bottom. All right.
yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
My final thoughts is this, folks. I'm making it up. If you're
As we always
playing a game and you're, I'm just kidding. Um, great series. I mean, they scored all those runs and lost the second game like we thought, and we won the series. They did good 2 days out of 3, which I'll take it. And like Steffi said, we're not getting all the hits and all the big news from Christian Walker, but he's walking and getting on base. And Isaac Paredes. I know Bregman and Tucker and all these other guys, even Springer's doing good this year. They're all doing great, but Isak Paredes is doing what I almost would have guaranteed. I said Isak Paredes will have a better year this year than Bregman did last year. And it was Bregman's worst season, but I don't know. But I'm very happy that these guys are coming around. Cam Smith, not gonna lie, the last time we were together, remember I said I don't think he's ready, and I still
Mhm.
stand on that. I've changed my mind. He's ready.
Wow.
He's ready. He's
Yeah,
a
and I
Coach
think
Leonard winner. He's got hardware.
yeah, I think too, it's like Espada is giving him a little bit of that Alex Bregman treatment that they gave Bregman when he first came up. It's like, "Hey, we're gonna still keep you in the lineup, and we're gonna figure this out, and you're gonna get there."
Yeah,
It's trial by fire. They're throwing him into the deep end of the pool and saying, "Look, we know you can swim. Swim, you got this," you know?
yeah,
For my final thoughts, I love the interaction between Mike Trout and the fan with the ball, after the game. I thought it was awesome. You could tell, and also too, that poor fan. First of all, everyone was booing. It was it was kind of great when they were trying to move him to the sections because everyone thought he was getting kicked out. But Mike Trout, just such a stand-up guy, and I think it was awesome for him to have grace. And obviously, the guy who had the interaction with him was like, "I'm so sorry," like, and also apologized because could have been a big moment, but the ball looked like it tipped his finger to begin with before it went into the glove of Mike Trout anyway, so probably was gonna be a dead ball regardless.
yeah.
But at the same time, like, getting to see those really great interactions shows what a stand-up guy Mike Trout is. Obviously, Astros fans, first of all, still don't reach over. Don't reach over to catch a ball, but if it's in the stands and hey, you have a play on it, like, catch
Yep,
it. Why not?
it's
Um,
yours.
but again, the grace that Mike Trout showed after, and obviously too, the fan was basically trying to give the ball back to him. It was, I was like,
Here,
this poor man was freaking out and was like, "I'm so sorry. Like, here's the ball." But just a beautiful interaction. I think that's the awesome thing about baseball is there's those opportunities for those really cool moments, and I thought that was a really cool moment yesterday.
excellent. So another great show. Thank you so much, Steffi, for being patient with me. As I said, we can do it later because this is going to happen, but this didn't happen and it happened later. So thank you for
Of
being patient
course.
with me. I
We
appreciate
make
you.
it work,
I don't
friends.
I
We
don't
make it
ever
work.
try to mean to do anything. I always want everything to be scheduled. And we will be back Wednesday. The game's at 12:15. So tune in. Tune in, babies, because we will be here. Why did I say babies? Did I watch a
What?
movie that said it? But if we get a trifecta in this St. Louis series and you are watching, sticker time for everyone.
Who's chatting?
God,
Chatting specific.
how many I'm gonna have it's gonna be $1 million in stamps, but it's coming your way. I will send you some stickers.
Hey,
And
I
they're
hope we
cool.
have
I'll
to
show
send
you
a
next
million
time.
stickers. I hope we have to send a
Trifecta.
million of them. I'm here for it.
All right, folks, that is it. Thanks for tuning in for Stadium Steffi. I'm Rob Fontenot, and we'll see you next time on Astros Baseball.
Bye.